Mike, turn your games down.
Hi everybody, welcome here a mini episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who had some wonderful potato soup with me tonight?
It's me, it's Dominic playing a game that is better than The Legend of Dragoon with you.
And it's TB here, and I turned up late for the tomato soup party, so I'll just have nothing.
That's a good scene. So we are here to talk about a very unknown PS1 horror game. That doesn't, that's not something I always say.
Horror
RPG. Not the one you think that when I say horror RPG for PS1. We're here talking about Koudelka, developer by Saknoff, published by SNK in Japan and Infogrames in the rest of the world, and came out in 1999 in Japan and 2000 everywhere else.
2 weeks later than The Legend of Dragoon, exactly, in pretty much each territory.
And for those that don't know, this game is essentially a prequel to Shadow Hearts, or a spiritual predecessor, or whatever word we want to use.
It is a prequel.
Here.
We meet Koudelka in Shadow Hearts.
Oh yeah, you do, don't you? For like one little scene where she dies, right?
But like her son is also important in the plot.
She has a son?
One of the party members in Shadow Hearts, Hallie.
Yes.
Don't remember. Who's her son?
Hallie Brankett, the little street urchin from London.
Don't remember him.
Yeah, you get him late on in the game, but he's just like one of the best party members.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now I vaguely remember what you're talking about. I don't use him. He's the guy with the slingshot?
That's the one.
Yeah, I don't use him. I don't like him.
I don't know.
He was one of the most powerful ones.
But he's a kid. So
But he's Koudelka's son. He's powerful.
Yeah. Still a kid. I didn't say logic always wins in these situations, okay? So I always start these off with our memory. So I knew this game existed. I wanted to pick it up. I remember looking for it actually at GameStop back in the day. Remember those places, kids, when they used to sell games and not just Pokemon cards and Funko Pop and every other collectible? And I could never find this. Like, I looked for it. I mean, this game, and this is before eBay. Like, I would have known about eBay or messed with eBay. So I never found it. I was never able to pick up this game, and I've always been curious about it. We've been talking about doing it on this show for years, and
Yeah.
I had no desire to actually do it until somebody decided to beat the game and go. I was like, well, now I don't have an excuse.
Yeah.
So
I'll be doing the same thing with From the New World as well, Mike.
I'm gonna put that on the show this year.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm just gonna make us do it because I know at this point I'm like, let's just finish the fucking series. So I'll put it on the show.
Excellent.
We're close. So it'll happen. So I can promise you on that one. I'll put it on this year. Can't say when this year, but I will put it on this year. So yeah, that's my history with Koudelka. I never played it until this past week. Dominic.
I have heard about Koudelka. It is one of those games like Illbleed that I always heard about as like the weird bad horror games on the PlayStation era. And like Illbleed, I think it's very much underappreciated. And once I heard that Koudelka was in Shadow Hearts, I'm like, oh, we gotta play Koudelka now. Like, she's in the game. It's about her.
Yeah.
What's her story? We need to know.
And Ian.
Yeah, I absolutely loved the PS1 and the RPGs and the little games that were on the periphery in the PS1 era, around about 99, 2000. Played a lot of games around that time, like Fear Effect and the Vampire Hunter D survival horror that they made, which was great. And this stood out to me because I used to regularly get a PlayStation magazine at the time, and Koudelka was on the front cover one month, and it said, Koudelka, the PS1's sexiest RPG. I'm like, I beg your pardon.
What the
Exactly.
fuck?
It's
I'm not surprised.
so out of touch with the tone of this game, but I don't know. I guess because she's wearing a miniskirt, who knows? But the screenshots for it looked like exactly my kind of thing. This dark RPG scenario. I'm like, yes, give me some of this. So I played it through to completion at the time, and then pretty much forgot about it until I played Shadow Hearts, and then the character of Koudelka turned up halfway through. I'm like, this is Koudelka too. So ever since then, because I absolutely adore Shadow Hearts, this has got a special place in my heart because it is, as you said, the prequel.
Which I knew, but not completely.
I have no idea going into Shadow Hearts, so like I say, when she turned up, that was a big twist for me.
Plus, I think this game has a great selling point of being a 4-disc RPG that's 15 hours long. Great. Wonderful.
In the day when 4-disc actually, you felt like you were getting something special, didn't you?
Yeah. Like, because because there are RPGs that are like 100 hours, like, oh, this must be full of cutscenes. This must be like presentation unlike anything else.
Yeah, I mean, preparation for today, I did play the first disc and a half, but then I will be completely honest with you, I haven't had a lot of time recently with personal stuff. I watched the Koudelka the movie on YouTube, the 1.5 hour video of all the cutscenes to refresh my memory, because it has been some 20 years since I last finished it.
That's all right. I don't blame you. I'm glad that I was able to finish this and because I kind of always wanted to play this game and I just never got around to it.
You've joined an elite club there of people who have finished Koudelka because it is not an easy game.
See, that's the weird thing. I had a fine time throughout it.
Really?
I think I got
difficult.
lost just enough that like I did enough battling that it just scaled like the way it was supposed to.
That's fair.
I mean, except for the final boss, but fuck that guy.
Well, you're not supposed to win that fight, to be honest. So
I mean, you can or you can't. The ending you get depends on whether you win the battle. The canon ending is you don't win. We'll stick with that.
Therefore, you're not supposed to. That's how I look at it. I was like, cool, I don't have to win. Cool. It works for me.
And I think the cutscene that you get if you don't win is better anyway. So
yeah, I like the cutscene. So for those that, I mean, I guess we said a little bit, like this was supposed to be a trilogy of games, but then the guy that directed it left. So then we never got the trilogy.
Very controversial.
We get Shadow Hearts, which decided to pull from this game and is considered a spiritual successor, even though it's technically a sequel, since, like you said, she's in the game and her son is a character in the game. So,
and the whole location of the Nemeton Monastery is in Shadow Hearts
and Covenant.
Yes, and the grave of one of the characters is in there. It's like, yes,
and Roger Bacon. So there's that too.
God.
Our Lord and Savior.
I don't like that little guy, but that's
I love him. I
so
want him as a
good.
mascot. Everything I do, I want him to just pop up and quip something.
Like, he was wonderful in Covenant. Holy shit.
I had one stupid complaint with this game. This is a me complaint. There's no subtitles.
Yes.
So I had to always have headphones in, which I don't appreciate when games make me do that. But this is a neither here nor there type of argument, but I have to mention it.
Yeah, I mean, 2000, PS1, at least there's voice acting.
And it's good fucking voice. It's actually good voice acting, too.
Outstanding voice acting.
I was impressed. I was like, damn, this is something else at times.
Yeah, I know we'll get to it at some point, but the fireplace scene, wow.
Yes.
That when they get drunk? Or the different one? Okay, yeah, that was good. Just everything with this game. So I should explain this game a little bit. So those that don't know, this is a turn-based horror RPG that feels like you're playing Resident Evil fell into your Final Fantasy type game. But at the same time, the battlefield is kind of like a grid where you have to move to be closer to your enemy unless you're doing spells, but it works.
Also you have to reload your weapons.
Oh yeah, that too. That's Resident Evil right there. And it has pre-rendered backgrounds, just like Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's 4 discs because it just has the mansion on each disc.
Yeah. Because you can go back to all the old areas and it doesn't say, please insert disc 1, please insert disc 2. It doesn't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's on all 4 discs.
Yeah, it doesn't do a Riven where every time you want to go to a different part of the island, it's got to find the disc.
I've never played Riven, but I know of it.
Great game.
No, it was just, Koudelka was just very strange. Like, at first, I was like, I do not like this game. I'm like, this is annoying. And after a while, it clicked for me, and I had a good time. First, like, couple hours were like, I don't know. Then
it was a little confusing at first, for sure.
I don't think it explains a lot of the systems very well either.
Doesn't explain some of them at all, I'm pretty sure. Because there were some systems, like, I was watching a video I didn't finish about the game after we got done doing this, and there are systems in there that he was mentioning I didn't even know existed. So,
like what?
I'm trying to think what he said I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, something to do with the pie skill that you could upgrade. I didn't realize.
Oh, the piety?
Yeah, I didn't realize that connects to your magic defense.
Yes.
I didn't realize, like, because I didn't do that at all. So I'm like, oh, no wonder the spells hit like fucking tanks.
There is a way to get explanations for what each skill is. They do let you figure that out in game.
You press R2 or something.
Yeah. Like, the game does give you the ability to, like, explore this stuff if you kind of, like, dig through, but it doesn't surface all the explanations to you.
No, and I think there was some other stuff I didn't. Oh, and then like the weapons breaking, I was not happy when I figured that one out. So
Ooh,
Another
one of my-
crazy thing that's doing. But it also gives you a ton of fucking weapons, and everyone can use everything.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can build the characters out kind of how you want, and you can level up skills if you use the weapon enough times. But weapons break, and there's no way to repair them, and there's no way to tell if they're close to breaking. So
But you
have
also
fun.
but you also lose skill points or for certain things depending on your armor and stuff.
Oh, you mean like what you equip?
Yeah, so like you'll have like a -3 on your strength or
yeah.
something depending on what you have.
Yeah, that was also weird to me.
Let's face it, it's just a mad game.
It really is, and the
But
fact
it
that
kind of works. That's the
it
thing.
exists is strange too. Also, this has never been re-released, so the only way to play it is either pay a ridiculous amount, I'm sure, on eBay or
Which I
track
did.
down a copy. How much was it on eBay? I'm wondering now.
I'll have to look at what my listing was. I want to say, did I pay like 300 for it?
Ooh,
Wow.
that's too much.
Like I had to set aside money to do this.
I mean, you see, I wouldn't have put it on. Like, this wouldn't have been on the show except for the fact that you beat it, and I was like, well, I guess I should do it. That's the only reason why it's here.
Goodness. I mean, I know I'm a huge fan of the series, but I had a feeling that this one was going to go up in price just because of how obscure it is. So way back in the day, I bought myself 2 copies just in case one of my discs gets scratched.
That was smart. I looked for it. Like I said earlier, I was trying to find this game, and I could not find it, or if I found it, it was probably for like some ridiculous price that I wasn't willing to pay. Like,
Yeah, 300.
I was high schooler. So I wasn't willing to. I mean, I had to ask I'm like, hey, mom, dad, can you buy me this? So like, I mean, I had a job at 16, but I still wouldn't have wanted to pay. Like, I remember somebody be like, I'll sell you Volkire profile. And he's like, I want like 70. I'm like, that's nice. I'm good.
Now that's a game I did pay over the odds for.
I was like, I can emulate this at home. Well, maybe I didn't have PS1 emulation yet, but I was still like, nope, I'm good. I'm not spending that kind of money.
I feel like this is one that, at least in the days a few years back when I was into emulation, none of the emulators I got could run Koudelka very well.
It might have just been at the time. I mean, some games took a while to get on emulation in a good way. So
that some of that has to do with how it's like spaced out.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's probably easier to have a game that has less going on in the background.
I had no problem. I mean, I ran it on. It wouldn't run on my Steam Deck, which I'm sure there was a way for me to get it to work, but I didn't bother. I just switched to PC and played it that way, and that worked for me.
Worth noting, this also continues the Shadow Hearts thing of like also having real people in it,
which I always find so weird.
Yeah, this alternate history thing that we've talked about on previous episodes. There was a real Edward Plunkett.
Yes. And he was an author. He did it fulfill his dream.
Oh, did not know that was based on a real character.
Yes.
A real person, I should say.
Apparently, this is just from Wikipedia, one of the poems that he wrote was something called something Sacknoth, which is where the company eventually took their name from that made Shadow Hearts.
That's really cool.
So it's definitely no coincidence that Edward Plunkett took his name from the real life person.
I don't know. I like the way that this series does like these very specific real world kind of explorations. Like it's so different from what RPGs were doing.
Yeah, and one of the things that I love about Koudelka is the constant reference to literature and poetry in particular, because, I mean, that's my bag anyway. I'm a literature teacher. And to have the 2 characters, Edward and James, constantly bickering over their choice of poets. Edward, who loved Lord Byron because of the romanticism kind of thing, and James liked Alexander Pope with his views on morality and order. But eventually, as they grow closer, they just start bonding over Shakespeare and start quoting the bard at each other. This is great.
Also, crazy that there's just like a bigoted priest that's just a player character, and he's there the whole time.
Who knows how to make nitroglycerin.
Of course he does.
Which probably wouldn't be super common at this point, so to know. I'm guessing like, that's not something that you would know as well at this point, but I could be wrong.
But this game feels like a text. This game feels like, a piece of literature in a way.
Yes.
Because it has these characters and it has these situations that are very political and very just drawn from real life. Like there's that scene where the burglar tries to kill you and they corner him in the upstairs and they have that whole conversation.
And they just fucking shoot him.
That comes out of nowhere as well. I remember seeing that the first time thinking, what are you doing?
Well, yeah, they have this whole thing about, like there's like some bigotry involved because they're like, you're German, aren't you? And it's like whole thing, and then he's like, Edward's like, well, you did try to kill us, so yeah,
You gotta go.
Absolutely, you can't try to drop a chandelier on someone and expect no consequences.
It still was fucking weird. Like, it was not what I expected.
And I think that's the beauty of this game, that is absolutely not what you expect. I didn't expect it, some 25 years ago when I played it. And even going back to, like, say, the first disc and a half in the past couple of weeks, there are some things in there that I'd forgotten about that still caught me off guard.
Like running into the caretakers.
The caretakers.
It just comes off very strange. Like, they live here? Weird.
Yeah. I just think the way that those characters developed, and you've got that, subtle hint that the guy was the captain of the boat that Koudelka sees the painting of, and then the scene where they kidnap her, that was crazy.
And she knows right away that they're going to be poisoned if they have that soup.
To bring back to, that was actually a pretty good scene.
It was. Yeah.
And Koudelka's just a good character because she's like, I don't give a shit about this stuff for the most part, and it works.
She is so like 90s goth girl coded.
No, it was great.
Like it's like Daria come to life in a way or something.
There's a version I'd like to see.
It was great. I really liked her.
Yes.
I didn't think I was going to, and I was like, oh, I like this character.
I think first time I played it, I liked her more as the game went on. I thought getting away from that image that had been portrayed in the PlayStation magazines and actually getting to understand the character, that she's, a medium of Romani origin, and she's got these powers as a spiritual medium. I just thought she got more and more interesting as it went on.
Yeah. Like, she has a reason for being there, and that reason's kind of revealed over time. And it doesn't really play around with, like, is she, isn't she? Like, they show her visions, they show how it affects her. It's all very, like, cutting and real.
Yeah, where she gets possessed near the start and starts shouting and swearing at the other two.
I'm curious, Mike, did you do all the extra little things?
What extra things are you referring to?
There was a couple, near the end of the disc 1 and 2, there was like an extra chest to unlock if you did like a couple extra steps.
You mean the Greek chest that had the letters?
Yeah.
I did do that, yes.
Because that matters later.
Because you skip a whole boss fight.
Right. But that boss fight is really interesting.
Yeah. If I get to skip a boss fight, I won't say no. So, especially in a game like this, I was like, yeah, that's fine. We can skip a boss fight. No problem with me.
Yeah, like the first one is just like some guards letters, which are interesting because they do a lot of like background establishment, but the letters in the second disc, super important.
I didn't read, probably didn't read enough stuff as I probably should have, but I did play this game. Like, I didn't fight the gargoyle because I didn't want to deal with that optional boss.
I didn't fight it.
I don't blame you.
He they're like, you need a certain weapon. I'm like, yeah, that's nice.
And also, you have to beat him within like 11 hours and 11 minutes of the whole game.
Oh, then I was way past that then.
Yeah.
Way past that. This game took me like 18 hours to get through.
Yeah, it was like somewhere in like 15 or 16, I think.
I also did a lot of fighting too.
It definitely wants you to like level up. It's good at like constantly giving you that treat of like, here's some more points to spend. But it definitely wants you to do it.
Yeah, and you can see how the battle system then kind of naturally developed into the more standard, but also less standard Judgment Ring thing in Shadow Hearts. I think it's a great little template in Koudelka. I think it still works.
Yeah.
What do you mean by there's no Judgment Ring? Like, what are you referencing that my brain isn't comprehending?
No, just the idea that it was something a little bit different than just 3 or 4 people stood in a line and just picking from a menu. You've actually got the small grid-like battlefield, which was something just a little bit different at the time.
Yes.
And
okay.
The idea that then that evolved, if you like, into, we're now standing in a line, but we're giving you a Judgment Ring to play with. And I just think that was a nice little transition from one kind of battle system that's, like I say, quite unusual, quite unique, into something else that's totally unique.
Okay, no, that's fair. It is a very unique system, but it really worked. I was surprised how good it was. Like, I didn't like it at first, but once I started to understand it and gave this game more chances, I really liked it.
Yeah, there's not many RPGs to my knowledge that do that in a way that grabs my attention, because I'm not really one for strategy RPGs with the, big open grid-based Final Fantasy Tactics kind of thing, unless it's Vandal Hearts, which is great, but that's not normally my thing. The only thing I've seen that does something similar to this was the one on the DS that I love, Radiant Historia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a
I
good
thought that was
game.
really, really good. If that comes to Switch 2, that's a day one.
You can play it on your computer.
Yeah.
I play it on a tablet.
My
Hey, if they don't want to sell it, then I don't need to worry about buying it.
You and every other PC person. You could just emulate it.
Well, to be fair, they don't. It's only on DS. I played it on a tablet. Is how I beat it the one.
Yeah, I mean,
time.
I played the 3DS version.
I forgot that exists. You were saying before I rudely interrupted you.
Me, I can't
It is a
remember
cool
what
battle system, and I'm the same way. I don't I don't do a lot of tactics RPGs. I say that I have one on the show coming up soon, but they're not my cup of tea always. But this wasn't that. It was simple enough to understand. Just move forward on the grid. Okay, that's not hard.
I don't mind tactics RPGs, but I do like having a little bit of the sauce thrown in. I prefer that to the Judgment Ring is different, but I kind of get tired of the active battle systems. Make sure you press the buttons to make the attack work.
Really?
I just think it's what are we doing?
I like it
let me
sometimes.
just sit there.
You're just not Legendary Goon does it a little extreme. I did like that.
In the words of James from this game, blasphemous pagan! How dare you utter such words of sin?
The Dungeon Ring is fine because there's still some actual strategy and skill beyond just press the buttons in the sequence. So I don't mind that, but I don't know. I don't feel I don't care about pressing A to make the attack work. I just don't.
No, that's fair. I mean, it's more the Judgment Ring is more fun for me than a lot of the systems that I've seen. So yeah. I get where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I think of Mario and Luigi a lot of okay, he's gonna jump on the guy, but press the button.
I've actually never played those games very far. I need to put it on the show someday. But
yeah, they're great.
Yeah. I was supposed to do more Paper Mario games. We did the first one. I was like, yep, I'm good. I don't need to play another one. Even though I know I should.
Thousand Year Door is worth it.
That's what I've heard. But I just don't. It doesn't interest me enough.
Plenty of time, Mike. There's years and years of games to play.
Oh, I know, and I'm working on it too for this podcast. I joke with Tiff. I'm like, there's no end to this podcast. Even if no one else want to do it with me, this podcast is going to keep going. I'll just keep playing games and talking about them. So hey, there's no end.
We'll still be here.
Yeah.
No, I've built a wonderful group of friends and following, so yeah, I'm not worried about that. But that's something I thought about many times. The show's going to keep going. I love this.
So it should.
I mean, I play games I never would have played otherwise. I would have never played Koudelka, for example, if it hadn't been for Dominic finally beating it and being I'm all right, they're playing it. I mean, that's how you get me to play a game on the show.
Right? It's this other game exists, and people are upset that Shadow Hearts from the New World is not really a Shadow Hearts game.
And it is.
Fine.
But Koudelka is the Shadow Hearts game, but it's not called Shadow Hearts. So it's a weird misalignment in a way, but it still works.
Because they wanted it to be different. He didn't want it associated because of the guy who created this game left. So when they create Shadow Heart, they kind of want it to be their own thing, so they changed the name.
But I mean, also that a trilogy still happened. This is about the Emigre document. It's here. Roger Bacon is here.
Which is all stuff in Shadow Hearts 1 and Covenant. So
the boat is called Alice and not a girl, but still Alice is around.
Where's Alice?
It's the boat that sank, the Princess Alice.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, they use the name. All right.
And then, of course, in Shadow Hearts, you get more of the backstory that, James O'Flaherty was sent there to get the Emigre manuscript, whilst Alice's father was sent to get the other two forbidden books, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
It all just comes together, especially as you start realizing that the reason, what was his name? The guy that owned it, Patrick?
Patrick, yeah.
Patrick Hayworth. When you realize that the reason he came into possession of the Emigre is because Albert Simon sold it to him.
And then Albert Simon seems like such a big deal in Shadow Hearts, and then you play Covenant, and it's oh my god.
Yeah. Just keeps zooming out, doesn't it, to the full picture?
If anything, Shadow Hearts is the worst one of the three.
Disagree. But maybe I really love Shadow Hearts, so
I think Covenant is a phenomenal game. I think this game is so interesting for what it's doing.
Yeah.
I like the spice that this has. Shadow Hearts 1, I think, is also the one that is the weirdest localization because they really lean into the rude guy protagonist.
Yeah,
sure do.
That intro was a little bit off-putting, I'll give you that, but
I still like him. I like that game more than this, but I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big fan base for Koudelka out there, just as there is a huge Shadow Hearts fan base, and the fact that who is it that's putting out the soundtrack on vinyl this year, limited? I know someone's doing it, some company. I can't remember which one it is, but the fact that it's still being talked about, that just makes me so happy.
That kind of shocks me. Because
There's
like,
a Koudelka soundtrack coming this year.
I believe so.
that shocks me.
Let me just look it
People
up.
love buying soundtracks on vinyl. I do not. I don't collect vinyl.
There's an eBay listing for one that's sold.
Oh, it's Lost in Cult are doing it, who are great anyway. I've bought from them before.
Oh, I have been featured in Lost in Cult before. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
There you go. They are releasing the Koudelka soundtrack on vinyl at some point this year.
It's strange to me.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, this game,
really
I guess, has a cult following.
Yeah, it's the definition of a cult game, I think.
Yeah. So I want to go back to like the caretakers. Because like I joke with the soup we talked about, but like they poison you, and then at one point later in this game, they capture Koudelka, and they're gonna cut off her head.
Yeah.
And like you get rescued by his wife. Is that who shot him in the face or shot him with a shotgun?
It was, yeah.
His wife has like had enough of all of this. And it's like
that got me too, where she's like, "I'm gonna go join my husband." She puts a shotgun to her face. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Yeah, this game fucking goes for it so many times.
It is relentless.
It's just, you wouldn't expect it. I didn't expect it. Like, I knew this was a horror game. Like, I knew a little bit about this, but this game still shocked me with what it was.
I mean, I've not played Parasite Eve, but how does this compare?
Parasite is better, but less. Parasite Eve is more gross in the aspect of mutations of monsters and lots of people light on fire, but yeah, this game has some moments that are like, did not see that coming.
Yeah,
like
I think
shoot the thief. Well, he threatened our life. Boom. Well, okay.
I think Parasite Eve is one of the best games on the PS1.
Same.
Yeah.
Just don't play the sequel. I hate that game.
Once again, the sequel's the only one that came out over here. But
It's a weird thing.
Yeah, I brought a copy of Parasite Eve 1 back from the States in 1999, and I don't regret that decision. Wonderful game. I would say, as I say, in terms of storytelling, they're both really, really good. I think Parasite Eve just has the slight edge.
I think Parasite is a better game, but this is a very unique game. And like, it makes me sad, like as I bring up all the time, how this is locked to the PS1. I mean, I don't think it's ever even came out in the virtual stores or anything. Like, it just doesn't exist, which kind of upsetting, but maybe someday we'll get a Shadow Hearts series and they'll throw this on there. That would be really nice. I don't think that's going to happen, but that would be nice.
Now, I spoke to, very briefly, spoke to Mr. Fairhurst from Limited Run on Twitter and mentioned something about Koudelka, and he said he's been chasing the rights for Koudelka for years.
I'm pretty sure Josh Fairhurst is out of Limited Run now.
He is, yeah, but that was a comment that he made when I was commenting on something that he put, and I was like, oh, at least it's on somebody's radar.
I mean, I feel like it's one of those, it's like the Criterion Collection, right? It's like there are certain movies they would love to have, I'm sure.
I mean, the game has a very compelling story, too. Like, you find out Koudelka came here because a ghost asked her to, who you find out is somebody's ex-lover, the bigot priest, right?
She chose the other guy.
Yeah, because he wasn't rich, and Patrick was rich.
I think the best part about that is Koudelka was drawn there by a voice, exactly the same way that Yuri was drawn by Koudelka's voice in Shadow Hearts.
I forgot about that. Thank you. That's an important part, so thank you. I'm glad I did not remember that.
It's just a wonderful little bit of symmetry.
I mean, this game connects to the series, so...
Like, when I think about... Because the PS1, like, revival movement is in full swing now, with games like Crow Country and everything happening. I feel like this is the game, if any, that you want to kind of, like, base a lot of that on.
Yeah.
Like, yes, Resident Evil is there, Final Fantasy VII, all that cool stuff. But, like, for, like, the weird shit that gets out there, I feel like this is the game.
It's what I keep saying from time to time about stop remaking games that everybody loved. Start remaking games that people didn't give a shot to back in the day. And that's why I'm glad to see Fear Effect and Fear Effect 2 getting remade. And, with extra little quick saves and rewind features. Things that Koudelka really probably could do with as well. Just a little paint. And I think it'd sell bucket loads, especially in the wake of Expedition 33 opening people's eyes to this kind of RPG horror with quirky humor. I think now's the best time for a Koudelka Shadow Hearts revival.
I mean, to go back to your point, like, yeah, I mean, this game is the style people are going to enjoy it again. So I completely agree with you.
Mm.
What I also want to bring up is just that this game is very dark but good. Like I mentioned earlier, it really does feel like Resident Evil at times. It's the way it moved. It's not taking controls, but it did feel like that, and that wasn't bad. But now I remember what I wanted to say. Like when you mentioned it, like the saving, like how save states are how I saved in this game mostly because the save points are all tied to bosses. And they're not that frequent. I know there's temporary saves, which I didn't realize. Oh, yeah, that's something I didn't realize. So I watched a YouTube video where you could save in certain rooms if you press the menu button.
It's a little unclear at first, but it's a weird button press thing. Like once you figure it out, it's fine.
Yeah.
I disagree with fine, but we'll go with it.
You can save a state in many rooms more than there are save points. So if you needed to take a break and come back, it allows you to do that.
And only the save point rooms heal you, correct? The fountains, like without using items or leveling up.
I believe so. No, you also heal when you level up.
Yeah, that which you level up pretty frequently in this game, actually. I missed one boss fight completely somehow, even though I got the fountain, but I did it later because I just walked into the wrong room. Like, there's the one where you fight the zombie versions of them. I missed that boss fight, unfortunately.
That's missable?
Apparently it is.
Wow, okay.
If you don't step on that fountain and you continue on with the game and then come back to the fountain later, yeah, it doesn't count. They're not there anymore.
I had no idea that one was missable.
That's good.
Me either. I went back to go do it because I remembered. I'm like, oh, I forgot this. I gotta go because I went too far and something happened. And I got locked out of that area. But by the time I got back, it wasn't there anymore.
So that's a really difficult fight at that point in the game.
Yeah, you could skip it. Destructible.
Who tried to
weapons,
fight the doll boss before you were supposed to?
What doll boss?
One you had to give the dolls to?
Oh, the guy told me don't do that, so I didn't do it. I know what you're talking about now.
I sure tried.
How'd that end for you?
I had to restart. It just was like, either I die or this takes like 2 hours to get out of, so I'm just going to restart. But it's cool that you can just do that. I don't know. I like that kind of like, well, you need these items, but if you really want to fuck around, you're going to find out.
Yeah.
But also like Resident Evil and survival horror, there are like those kind of color key door sequences, but they're very specific. And I think used very well. Because I don't know. For me, it's like, oh, there's a blue key. I remember when there was a blue room, or there's a red key. I remember when there was a red room.
I did not.
And there's like one or two. So they do the thing that survival horror does, but because it's so rare and you kind of map out the mansion in your head and you have the map, of course. I don't know.
Yeah, I had a really hard time knowing this mansion. It took me a bit before I really learned it. My other issue, which is a me issue again, is I don't think I had the brightness turned up enough in this because I couldn't fucking see what the hell I was doing.
I don't think any TV can turn the brightness up enough on this game.
Okay, because like I was watching YouTube videos and they're like, yeah, you can. They were seeing good. I'm like, am I doing something wrong here? But
A number of times I thought, well, is that a staircase? No, it's a corpse. So yeah,
it was early on, right after you leave the dinner scene, and there's like you go back into I think it was like the room next door, and there's like two doors out, and I was like, oh, that's just an alternate angle of the same door, isn't it? Until I got like lost for like 30 minutes because I just would not believe that was a different door.
Yeah, that's a fair. This game is confusing at times. That was one of my issues with it too. Like I would just start hitting X every pick up random items, and the fact that you can miss items, I feel like that really matter. That's not nice.
You can pick up a lot of guns and a lot of bullets.
I mean, that is true. Yes.
But like, I think it is really interesting to have the guns and like reloading the guns be part of the battle system. It seems clunky now, maybe, but I like that there's a deliberateness to it.
Oh, it is clunky.
The thing I don't like is that, changing weapons takes a whole turn, but...
I mean, that gives it some heft.
Right.
Yeah.
So, as much as I didn't like it either, I can't argue with it completely, because I understand why they did it.
Yeah, you're meant to feel like three, humans locked in a monastery with otherworldly beings. So, yeah, I suppose a little bit of... give and take on the battle system. You're not meant to feel like, Leon from Resident Evil. You're meant to feel like, you are literally a mystic, a wanderer, and a priest. So,
yeah, you're not big fighters.
Exactly.
You're the setup for the stupid bar joke.
Yeah.
The one thing to talk about, like, also, I don't know if the localization is different in Europe, but like they don't talk like they're from Europe.
I would assume.
Oh no! Every single person had an American accent.
Yes.
Oh, you mean the voice acting? Okay, never mind. I thought you
there was not a single Welsh accent in the entire thing.
I didn't notice that for the record, but I'm also not from.
Given the quality of the voice acting, I am fine with, but it was just kind of like
Yeah.
No one here is Welsh or Irish or anything.
Even though at one point he says quite clearly, I'm originally from Ireland. It's like, yeah, of course you are, mate.
I didn't think about that. That is a fair statement.
I mean, it's jarring only in the sense that the second Plague Tale game is jarring because it's the same voice actress but not putting it on a French accent anymore.
Interesting.
I need to play those someday. I've heard nothing
Those
but good things
are
about them.
awesome games.
That's what I've heard.
But
I really want to.
now, in terms of the location of, I still don't even know how it's pronounced. The Nemeton Monastery, Nemeton Monastery. Sure, it's not a real place,
matter.
but it is based on, according to the wiki, St David's Cathedral in Pembrokeshire in Wales, which is my new summer holiday. I'm going to go there and have a look.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
I'm assuming for you, it's not, get on a boat like the Titanic and cross the sea.
No. It'll be about a 6-hour drive from me, but it's a nice little holiday.
That's not that
I'll
bad.
I'll go and see the Nemeton Monastery.
I just drove 6 hours to go see my parents, so that's not bad.
There we go. Yeah.
I kind of wish there was more of the monastery in the Shadow Hearts games, but it is cool to have such a close look.
I mean, it was technically burned down, wasn't it, in here? Because they do light stuff on fire.
Yeah, I mean, and it's talked about in Shadow Hearts, but it's such a big, grounds that it kind of gets reduced later on. It's very simplified.
Maybe because everyone was just distracted by Roger Bacon's stupid laboratory.
I mean, that's very fair.
I did not expect him to pop up in this game when he did, even though I knew he was in here. But I was like, yeah, he's just odd.
Where he just leaps out of the coffin and starts shouting about the formers.
I didn't catch the book they were looking for until I was watching a YouTube video that was explaining this game. I was like, oh, that book!
Yeah, the book that's shaped like a skull.
Yes, I like that book.
Yeah, and he even goes into detail about that the Pope instructed him to copy it from the original Greek. Yeah, which was written by, was it Alexander the Great? I was like, is he talking nonsense here? But no, it's probably all true.
No, I'm sure there's a lot of nonsense in here.
And as someone who loves The Exorcist, it's very Exorcist vibes of you've been commissioned by the Pope to do a thing. It feels very important.
It's true. And then, you got the evil cardinals keep turning up in the next couple of games. It goes places. I think one of the interesting things for me about this one is in the opening cinematic, it says that this whole thing takes place at the monastery in Aberystwyth in Wales, real place, on Monday the 31st of October, 1898. I wrote that down specifically. I thought, Halloween, fair enough. At one point in the game, I think it's where the gargoyle appears, a bell rings and it says, midnight, November the 1st, All Saints' Day, and then the gargoyle appears as all that malice accumulates in a very Shadow Hearts kind of way.
Not together either.
And I can only assume that after the drinking scene, it's then November the 2nd, All Souls Day, to finish it off, which I think is a nice little way of putting it all together over the course of that 3-day period, because there's no way Edward could make that shot at the nitroglycerin if he was still drunk, surely.
Yeah. It's nice of James to let them just go off and fuck around for a while.
I mean, that to me is the standout scene for me. I mentioned it earlier, the fireplace scene.
Yes.
It's something I remember from way, way back 20-something years ago when I played it. It's something that when I was watching the YouTube video, it still got me. I've particularly wrote down some of the quotes here of Koudelka where she turns to him and says, "And who gave you the right to act as if you figured me out?" Like, this is great. And the one that always gets me, where she's getting really emotional towards the end, she says, "I don't need to be loved. I just want my life to have some meaning. And I just want someone to tell me they need me." I'm like, oh, Koudelka, I want to give you a hug.
It is. I mean, the dialogue actually is pretty good in this game. I get if I could have read it, it would have been a lot nicer than having to listen to it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's so enrapturing for the time, especially.
Yes.
The graphics are what they are, so it kind of ends up being like a radio drama. Or it's they're drunk and they're kind of miming, drinking and such, but I
mean, I didn't think the graphics were bad actually at all.
I mean, no, they're not bad, but for me, it's after a while, the voice acting is so good, it kind of transcended the moment, and I was just kind of close your eyes and just listen to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And it
I get
worked.
okay. Now I get where you're coming
The whole
from.
thing works. It
Instead of
just
having PS1 graphics, you're like, I want to hear better graphics.
no. Again, this is a reason why I say like this is the game to look to if you want to make weird PS1 throwback indie games, because this is like the blueprint. Like fucking.
This is such a unknown game simply because of it just didn't get released enough.
And I feel like today, people would be talking about that 5-minute fireplace scene in like hushed tones, talking about the quality of the writing and what it reveals about the characters.
Oh, definitely. It's just one of my favorite scenes in a PS1 game.
Absolutely.
And I think the fact that it doesn't lean into the stupid humor that Shadow Hearts and Covenant did, the fact that it plays it straight all the way through, with the exception of some of Roger Bacon's bits. I just think the whole tone all the way through is just consistent. I mean, you've got your little ghost girl, Charlotte, and her backstory. That is tragic.
Yeah, that is, where she had died, like she was murdered there essentially, and then her mother writing her letters,
her relationship with her mother through the letters.
It's fucked up. There's no better way to put it. It's fucked up.
You're right.
But the fireplace scene, and I think of scenes in like Xenogears where like when you go back to Solaris and Ellie and Faye, there's like that whole shower scene and you kind of relax for a while. That's the stuff I really like in games like these, where they just take a break. Fuck moving the plot forward for a second. Let's just like hang out and like have moments.
Yeah, I still need to finish Xenogears.
Yes, you do.
Really
didn't come out over here.
Well, I'm sure you have other ways to play it. So
I own a copy. Don't worry. I just need
to take a shot every time Mike mentions emulation.
Might not survive.
Oh my goodness! Do we need to talk
beer?
about
Be much safer.
By the way,
hey, when people mention old RPGs that aren't available anymore, like that's what my go-to, because it irritates me, because like if you sell it to me, I will buy it. I might not play it, but I will buy it. So it's just a personal.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I just think it's very funny.
Oh no, I get it. I mean, I've told I teach people how to do emulation at times. I'm like, here, this is how you do it. Like, I will help you out so you can enjoy games that they don't want to sell you.
Yeah.
And I think it's almost criminal not to sell a game like this. Like this.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy is great. I love Xenogears a lot, but this game should be up there.
This should, the amount of people that are going to see this episode and not click on it because they're like, what the fuck is this? Is the criminal part, because it's just, this game was locked to the PS1. It probably didn't have a big, run of it, and it doesn't really, like, it never came back. So it's just gone from the passes of time. And no, that sucks, because like this was a really interesting PS1 RPG, and this is something that I would have really liked back in the day. I mean, I like it now, but I would have liked it had I been able to play it back when I was looking for it.
Definitely. I loved it at the time. So, if it only had been advertised a little bit more, properly.
I mean, Parasite Eve is amazing, and like this game deserves to be mentioned, in the same type, because there aren't that many horror RPGs out there for PS1. So like you need to mention the ones that are there, and this is completely unknown to most people.
And I will say again, I don't mean to have a grudge or anything, but when I was asked to name 10 RPGs that are better than Legend of Dragoon during that episode, this motherfucker is on that list.
Good.
Fuck Legend of Dragoon.
I didn't hate it, but
I don't remember actually how far I got through Legend of Dragoon back in the day, but
I personally liked it when we redid it for the show, but some of us did not, but I personally did. But that's a whole different conversation. But okay, I appreciate that. Like, no, this is actually a really good RPG that is just kind of forgotten.
Yeah.
And
I think the only time it ever turns up in conversations on YouTube videos, we've got to talk about the bad ending, surely.
I mean, there's 3 endings, and it's very funny that there are 3 endings.
So I wanted to mention that. So there's which I didn't catch this until I watched the YouTube video. So in the very early cutscene, she drops a pendant that you have to pick up, that you can't, well, you can see it if you have, can see PS1 style graphics. And if you don't pick it up and you go to the final boss area, you just die, I guess, right?
Yeah.
You just get Raiders of the Lost Ark melted.
So that's not, and I don't think you can go back either at that point, because I think when the fire starts, it's too late to go back.
Yeah, they very much tell you, hey, this is the last chance.
You can, an enemy does drop it though in the final area.
Oh?
So if you missed it, you can get it through a drop.
That I didn't know.
I did not know that.
The internet is wonderful.
It's very
I
funny.
think I've seen it so many times, that clip in some of these, most shocking endings or deaths in PS1 games. And when the final boss reveals herself out of that flower, just does that head snap and that necrotic blast, melts James's skin off, and his skeleton just falls to the floor with a clunk.
I
and
should
then it's
watch this
game
bad
over.
ending.
It's awesome.
Amazing.
I mean, the cutscenes are really good in this. Like, they are like FF8 level cutscenes good. Like, I like
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yes.
They look realistic, where the rest of the game, like, it's pixelated because, it's a PS1 game. But fuck, does it look good in those cutscenes. Yeah, that part got me too. When that, I didn't see him die, but like just when the creature comes out, I was like, oh, this doesn't look. And then she chases after you too, and you have to
right
beat
to the top of
her.
the monastery. Yeah,
You beat her 3 times to get the good ending, which isn't even the canon ending. So I didn't care. So. And you can tell you're supposed to beat her. The amount of damage she did, like she just hit me, and I'm just like, oh, you can kill me. Okay, I'm not. Yeah, I don't need to bother to win this fight then.
There's something that's really, really nice about playing through a game, and your attention span, your patience, your whatever for certain games, can last certain amounts of times, right? Like, I love this game. I think this was great. But when you tell me, hey, you don't actually have to win the final, but you don't actually have to invest that much energy into beating the final boss, I am so there. I'm so fucking sold on that.
Although, if it did get a remake, there would be a trophy for beating the final boss, and it would sit there unclaimed.
I do not trophy hunt, and I'm fine with that. I have literally one trophy left in Uncharted 1, a game that I have beaten 8 or 9 times, probably. I probably will never get that final trophy to get the platinum.
Somewhere Nick Cragen doesn't know why.
Now, the interesting thing is that this is published by Infogrames, which tells me, and it's probably not true, that if we were ever to get a re-release, maybe be Digital Eclipse doing it.
Are they somehow associated with Infogrames?
Infogrames became Atari, and Atari now owns Night Dive and Digital Eclipse and everything. So all those re-releases and remasters that they do are all kind of funded by Atari now.
Did not know
as long as we don't get that seizure-inducing Infogrames splash at the start of Koudelka again, because that was horrible.
I mean, I'm only used to, I love Pong the Next Level. And also remember the 3D Pong PS1 game?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Vaguely remember this. Vaguely. Wow.
Yeah, I have nothing. I got nothing. Am I supposed to know what you're talking about? Because I do not.
It's Pong the Next Level. Who could forget?
You're saying things that mean nothing to me.
It's Pong.
I know what Pong is, yes.
But it's the next level.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there then. I mean, also, this game is so fucking creepy, too, especially for like a PS1 game. Like, man, all the dead bodies and the way they do it, I was like, yeah, this game's going for something all right. Did not see that coming either when we started playing, when this was picked. Did not see that coming.
Oh, so many great enemy designs as well.
Yeah, the enemy design is really good. We haven't talked about it yet. The music is also, I think, really good in this, too.
Yes.
Good enough to get a soundtrack vinyl.
I mean, the guy, what's his name? Hiroki Kokita? Yeah, he was the composer for Secret of Mana and the sequel. And like, that was his thing.
And I've mentioned it before, I'm sure. Indivisible on the PS4, on the back of the box, there's a big sticker on there, type bubble thing that just says, composed by Hiroki Kikuta, the composer of Koudelka. And I'm like,
that's amazing.
Wow.
Mentioning Koudelka on the back of a PS4 game? That's amazing.
That is not what I expected. That is weird. Like, why would you be referencing this game on a back of PS4? Like, that is so many years.
I wonder how they cleared that, actually.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't know much about Indivisible other than I played it and finished it.
I own it.
And the music was good.
Music is, yeah. I mean, I would have liked this game more, again, to go back to my complaint, my stupid complaint, is that I could read everything, even though, like, I just, because that's how I play. Like, I don't like it when I can't read.
That would be something to add to the re-release.
Oh, definitely.
We haven't even gotten Shadow Hearts re-released yet. I don't foresee us getting this.
I mean, they all exist in the same, in unintelligible space.
Rights are terrible things.
Yes.
I personally think there's more chance of us seeing a Koudelka re-release than Shadow Hearts in the near future.
Why?
I don't know. I've just a feeling. I've just got a Koudelka style feeling.
If they're doing the soundtrack, that means on some level there are rights happening.
Yes.
Yeah, that is a fair statement. Okay.
things may be happening, gears may be turning in the universe.
I mean, fucking, they belong to a pachinko company now.
Yeah.
Hey, gambling machines love to make their money off pools, so.
I mean, if anything, maybe they can be talked into finally just, letting a company give them money.
Pachinko companies can be talked into things.
Yeah, money talks, but it don't dance and it don't walk, but it talks.
I mean,
I suppose,
Konami saw the error of their ways eventually.
That's a good point. Look at Konami's redemption story.
Yeah, that took how many years, though, for them to figure it out? Like, I think it was because the laws had changed is why they figured it out, too.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty sure there was laws that changed with the Pachinko machine, and that's how we ended up why they're like, oh yeah, we own all these video game properties. We could just pay someone, we could just hire someone else to make them for us and then reap the benefits. So
it's true. And, Aru's, the current parent company, owns Saknoff and all that, or the rights to all that stuff. They had some bankruptcy in the United States in the last few years. I know they apparently own the Captain Tsubasa IP, and that's gotten some games.
Really?
I don't know what that is.
It's a soccer anime.
Yeah, so maybe there's hope.
And they
I
own
would love to see this
do.
re-released.
I don't know. I'm nothing saying anything, but like it seems like it could be possible to happen now more than ever. Like you're saying.
Yeah.
Would I put all my eggs in that basket? No, but
I've said it before. If the Blade Runner point and click could get a re-release with all that red tape, anything's possible.
It did. I own it.
Yeah.
I need to play it one day.
It was good.
I don't like point and click ventures to be fair at all, but I like Blade Runner, so I'm curious.
It's worth a look.
All right, anything else that we should mention about Koudelka?
I love a game that is like, hey, 4 discs, less than 20 hours. Each disc feels like a mini accomplishment.
Yeah,
it's
really
just a wonderful way to kind of like have what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
A way to kind of see your progress visually throughout. Oh shit, disc 2. Oh shit, disc 3.
Yeah,
you've got that constant
sense of progression no matter what you do. And you're thinking, oh, I'm making headway through this. And yeah, it never feels like it's slowing down at any point either. It's constantly trucking on at a really, really good pace. You always feel like you're making accomplishments. So yeah, totally agree.
Because like other games that I love, like Chrono Cross, the majority of that game is on disc 1.
Yeah.
So like when you get to disc 2, it's like, okay, this is the end now. And that's fine, but it's very unbalanced.
Mm.
And this is like, hey, we're just going to treat this like chapters in a book.
Like you said, it's very much like a text.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, this deserves to be referenced and talked about and like have, people talk about it the way they talk about, Shakespeare and their poets in the game. I think.
Yes.
I mean, this game should just be recognized more than it is, but that you have to actually, have your game re-released for that to happen. So,
people love to put literature references in like this special category of like, see how smart I am. I'm referencing Lord Byron. And that's not the same thing about being a literature teacher. I'm not aiming at you necessarily.
Oh, no, it's fine.
But like those are in the end pop culture references that you could easily just as much reference Twin Peaks or Daria.
Yeah.
And I think if you extend that farther, you should reference things that deserve to be referenced, like Koudelka. That's my final thing.
Yeah, okay. I agree with you.
Talk about Koudelka more.
Koudelka wasn't in reference at all in Shadow Hearts 2, was she? Because she dies in 1, if I remember correctly.
I want to say she didn't, but
I don't think she was referenced in Covenant.
Okay.
That would mean me playing Shadow Hearts 1 again, and oh, what a shame that would be.
But there's references to the Emigre document and how that all happened.
Yeah,
that I remember.
Goes into. I really want to say that in the end crawl of Shadow Hearts, where it does that "Where are they now?" thing at the end over the credits, I'm pretty sure, 99% sure, it said that Koudelka and Hallie left for the New World in search of Hallie's father, Edward.
I believe that's correct.
I was just curious since I didn't remember.
I'm pretty sure it said that, but I think that's a lovely way to finish Koudelka's little story, because I'm also 90% sure she doesn't appear in From the New World.
I'm 99% sure she's not in that game either. So
what if we just talk to somebody in a building and they're like, "Oh, I'm Koudelka," and then they just don't say anything else?
From the New World is a strange game, Dominic.
I am very excited for From the New World.
It's not what you think it's going to be. It's something totally different from that. But by the same understanding, I still love it.
I mean, it's one of the first Exceed games for localization, and that to me is very important.
For me, it's From the New World's important because I purposefully got an American PS2 just to play it because it didn't have a UK release date yet. And so I played it before it came out over here. And when it did come out over here, of course I bought another copy.
It's okay. Y'all got Disaster Day of Crisis, and I had to import that, so it's only fair.
Did you not get that?
No.
Ah, I didn't know that. I thought the only thing that we ever got that the States didn't get was Terranigma on the SNES.
That's a good game.
That's an amazing game.
Also on this podcast. Go check it out.
Yes.
Trust me, if Disaster Day of Crisis had come out here, I would have.
So I want to do something a little differently than what I normally do. I'm going to give away a code in this mini because I have too many codes. So here's a random Steam code, and I don't want them to expire, which I worry about now. Here is your Steam code for SEUM Speedrunners from Hell. No fucking idea what this is, but here you go. So if you listen to the episode, you get a bonus code. Other people might not listen to this episode. So hey, the code is 8HE6TABM57P485N. That is your Steam code for Speedrunners from Hell, whatever the fuck that is.
If you like Koudelka, you might like... No, you won't.
I don't know. I have too many codes to give away. And I'm like, I need to start getting through some of these codes. I bought more codes, so yeah, I need to give away codes. All right, let's go to Shelf Stacker Box. And Ian, why don't you lead us in?
2 copies, both proudly placed on the shelf. It's a forgotten masterpiece. It needs more recognition, and the more people talk about it, the more people with influence might think, yes, let's re-release that.
All right, and Dominic.
Shelf.
All right.
It's not the best PS1 RPG, but it's sure in the top 10.
It quite possibly has the most heart.
But not
and I'll go last. I'm going to put this on the shelf too. I was not a big fan of this game early on while playing it, but once I started to understand the game and leveled up, like there was one point where I leveled up for like 2 hours, and I was like, oh, now the game is much better, even though I did level incorrectly. We haven't talked about that, but when you level up, you get to choose your stats, and you can kind of fuck yourself a little bit too.
But it's so cool you can just choose your stats.
I hate it personally. I hate that in games. I do not want to be given that choice. But I am unique in that case, and I understand that.
I'm with Mike on that one.
I don't want to be given that choice.
It's rad. Like,
no, I don't.
If I want to fucking invest all my shit in piety, I'm gonna fucking do that.
And then I can't beat the game. Yeah, no, thank you. So that's always been my thing. But no, I mean the game was surprisingly really good, way better than I thought it would be. So I had fun.
Yeah,
it's the thing is I don't like skill trees as much as most people do, so I get it.
I don't mind. I don't mind skill. I like skill trees. So yeah.
Where do you sit sphere grid, but like make it 5 times as big, so I never run into any other character, and it really feels like I like mapped my character's progression my way.
The sphere grid.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. So yeah.
Because like the problem with sphere grid is that eventually, if you level up enough, you can get most of it.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. I want to completely just me mapping out what I want and sacrificing other things. But that's a different story.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we go to plugs now. That's how we run this podcast. Sorry, first time, And Dominic, where can people find you at?
I don't know if you can hear that siren, but I am on the Distant Ways podcast. It's on YouTube.
Ian, where can people find you at?
I thought that was an alert. You can find me here. I thought it was a sound effect. That's great. You can find me. Well, I'm usually talking Shadow Hearts and Koudelka nonsense over on Twitter at TeachBloke85.
What's Twitter? Never heard of it.
Exactly. I refuse to call it by its current name. Same with Blue Sky. I'm over there usually talking about Koudelka and Shadow Hearts or something very similar. And you can also hear me irritating my co-host with stories of Shadow Hearts over on Nerds of Broadcast.
I feel like Koudelka is a Phoebe game.
I feel like Koudelka's a Phoebe game. Shall we force Phoebe to play it at some point?
I still think you should make her play Shadow the Hedgehog so she can relive all those and realize, this game is shit. Because she thinks it's a good game right now. That needs to be changed.
That's disappointing. I could have talked about how Shadow the Hedgehog fucking ruined my life as a child.
Wow.
Had I been on that episode.
The game is fucking awful.
But no, Distant Ways podcast on
now?
YouTube. I'm also at DACICHOCKI.bsky.social on Blue Sky. Yeah, that's it.
All right. And if you enjoyed this episode, over 900 other episodes of this podcast, we do video games, comics, TV shows, movies, all sorts of content. If you want to hear the rest of our Shadow Hearts content, that will be in the show notes for this because this is Shadow Hearts. So You'll check those out right in the bottom of the note. And if you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon. It's a little dog. You vote in our Patreon polls. We have 2 polls a month currently. I'm doing pretty good at that because I just have ideas I want to get out there. But if you donate $10 or more, I will plug your podcast or YouTube every episode I make during that month, and they never go away because I don't I don't change it. So you plug, it stays, and people listen to old episodes all the time. I will keep saying that. Like these lovely people, Phoebe Stanton, Let's Play Princess. You can follow her on YouTube and Twitch and check out her podcast, which you already heard about, and her co-host is here.
Hi.
Nerds of Broadcast, so check that out. And also check out absolutely the best podcast of Work in Progress with Zach, who's on the show quite often. They talk about the MCU movies, and they are currently doing the Alien Predator franchise, and they have a bunch of other stuff, so check them out too. And check out Gamer Looks at 40 with Bill Tucker, and also check out his new podcast, app Carry My Cross. And also, I'm going to shout out my awesome intro and outro coach, Helena at Hell Has Free. Follow her on TikTok and Instagram. You will see a link in the show notes to everything I just mentioned. And please join our Discord. If you want to be a part of the show, you want to suggest things for the show, join the Discord. I'm always asking for new guests and people to join for episodes, and all you need is a microphone. So if you listen to the show like, hey, I want to be on it, please, happy to have you on here. I love getting on new people. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and rate and reviews wherever you get your podcast. It helps out the algorithm a lot. So please, it makes me happy too when I see the numbers tick up on Spotify. So if you haven't rated us yet, you listen to this on Spotify, give me a review, please, 5 stars or whatever the max is, because the algorithm. I think that's everything I need to say. So we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you in the new world.